Hello, this is Carl Smith, and I am going to show you a little bit of the man cave here before we get into my first episode of our new video blog where I show off my record collection. As you can see, it's always a work in progress, but I have Colin's record player down there, which would function in theory if we'd put it back together, but he's only 2, so we let him destroy it. There's his record collection, which is getting pretty substantial in its own right. We'll go through that maybe someday. Of course, what Man Cave is complete without concert posters and ghetto window. Here are my guitar amps, and actually these Blues Deluxe here are my father's, but the rest here is mine. We'll go through that gear maybe someday. Book collection, High on Fire poster, and back around to more books. Garden Gnome autographed picture from Scott Wino Weinrich, and some booze, which again probably rather essential in a man cave, and a bass amp and a PA and a Fender sign, which probably doesn't show up fantastic, there we go, on an iPod video. Probably my own personal touch here, some records hanging up. These are all duplicates I've bought that are important to my collection for one reason or another, and we will go maybe one by one on a future episode and talk about why I've chosen the ones that are up there. I got a few more to hang up, so I do want to put that off. So, this is the record collection. I kind of get obsessive compulsive about organization, and I would actually like to have maybe 2 or 3 more of these shelves so that I could organize these the way I want. But recently I've just given up and went with a really kind of scatterbrained organization rather than just going alphabetical. On the top shelf, on all 3 of these standalone units are metal records, and interspersed within the bottom 2 shelves on each one of them are more metal records. The majority of my record collection are heavy metal records of one sort or another, or proto-metal, or classic rock that was the grandfather to heavy metal. So as you can see, there's a theme. And we will look at some of the gems within this collection as we add episodes to this weblog. Here's my very not fancy record player. It's a current Sony brand that you can buy about anywhere. I think the new version of it actually has a USB input as well. This one does not, which is fine with me. Very nice stylus, not a lot of bells and whistles. You can't even balance the arm if you want to or adjust the speed. Mine runs a little fast at 33 1/3, but it's nothing that would ruin your listening pleasure. The speakers I use for this are an amp and speakers that are intended for a computer system. They were on clearance because they look like aliens and they look quite retarded, but they sound fantastic with this record player, so I've just never got around to getting a proper sound system. This record box here, back when people used to buy 7-inch records and singles, they were much more affordable than buying a whole record album, so if you wanted to keep them nice, you'd have one of these little record boxes. My friend Carlin Stoltz bought that for me at an auction, and as you can see, the Coen brothers have autographed the front of it. You might know them from most recently True Grit, No Country for Old Men, Fargo, Oh Brother Where Art Thou, and so on. It was really one of the best presents I've ever received, so thank you, Carlin, for adding to my awesome collection. Some posters I need to hang up, some box sets. So there you have it. That's the introduction to the space we'll be using in our weblog here as I choose a handful of records to show off on each episode. I'm going to go ahead and post this just to prove to my loyal viewing public of 1 so far, Matt Beckner, that I am indeed going to do this. So we'll see you next time. Horns up.